Hi, I'm Kamali, taking you through the stories people are talking about and sharing around the world on NewsFeed today. The actual film played by Donald Trump for Kim. We pick out the bestest bits. Imagine going to the World Cup and having to buy your own boots. That's what Iran faced due to US sanctions. We take you to Bollywood and show you the beef between India and Pakistan over the movie industry. And the internet at its very best. We show you a great animals doing stuff on Wednesday. Now, top of our news feed, Donald Trump and the cassette. No, not that one. The one he said he played for Kim Jong Un during yesterday's historic summit. Now, it may have looked something like this. If you've never seen one, this is what a cassette tape looks like for our younger viewers. Now, Trump said he played it for Kim through his iPad, so I'm intrigued to see what his setup is like.
I hope you liked it. I thought it was good. I thought it was interesting enough to show. One in English and one in Korean. And we had it made up. I showed it to him today, actually during the meeting, toward the end of the meeting. And I think he loved it. They were given, we didn't have a big screen like you have the luxury of having. We didn't need it because we had it on a cassette and an iPad.
Now, the cassette he played was basically a movie trailer for the summit, and it is brilliant. It's 4 minutes long. You can watch it in its entirety at your leisure, and I do recommend it. But we picked out some of our favorite bits. Let's start here. Roll picture.
What if a people that share a common and rich heritage can find a common future? Their story is well known, but what will be their sequel?
What will be their sequel? A tough question, a tough, weird question. Can people have a sequel? Let's keep watching.
Destiny Pictures presents a story of opportunity, a new story, a new beginning, one of peace, 2 men, 2 leaders, 1 destiny.
Now, the best part of that is all the waving. And of course, we know that Kim Jong Un loves playing basketball, but he's pretty short and we need a trampoline to do a dunk. But judging by these next pictures, anything is possible, including missiles unlaunching themselves and horses running on water.
A new world can begin today. One of friendship, respect, and goodwill. Be part of that world.
Now, if the epitome of freedom is driving dodgems, then humanity has quite a long way to go. But I think Donald Trump may have the answer.
The world will be watching, listening, anticipating, hoping. Will this leader choose to advance his country and be part of a new world? Be the hero of his people? Will he shake the hand of peace and enjoy prosperity like he has never seen? A great life or more isolation? Which path will be chosen? Featuring President Donald Trump and Chairman Kim Jong Un in a meeting to remake history, to shine in the sun. 1 moment, 1 choice. What if?
What if? Now, North Korea is known as the most secretive society in the world, but its papers covered the summit yesterday in great detail. The state daily, called the Rondong Simlum, ran these images on its front page, showing the 2 leaders as equals. Now, there was little mention of the denuclearization, which was basically the point of the whole summit. And the internet was wondering if these were actually the first time that people in North Korea had seen Donald Trump. The images run for 3 pages and serve as North Koreans' only official way of seeing what's going on beyond their borders. All right, let's take a look at what else has been trending on social media. A campaign has begun on Twitter, #FreeEbru Now, she's 27 and from Turkey and is being held by Israel. She's been charged with supporting and being a member of Hamas. She was visiting Jerusalem for 3 days during Ramadan. Now, Ebru is receiving consular support from the Turkish embassy in Tel Aviv. She was due to be released today, but is being questioned by the Israeli military. We'll keep across the story for you. Some women who work in the Mexican film industry are going to Congress there to challenge the country's political class to do more to protect them while they're working. A recent survey found that half of all women in Mexico report being sexually harassed. And the first daughter, Ivanka Trump, is getting grief again online, this time after she tweeted what she said was a Chinese proverb as a way of giving props to her dad for his meeting with Kim Jong Un. Ivanka tweeted, "Those who say it cannot be done should not interrupt those doing it." Chinese proverb. But the internet was quick to point out that this was not remotely a Chinese proverb, but was a saying made up by the West, falsely attributed to the East. And for those saying it's a quote from Confucius or Bernard Shaw, this tweet clarifies. Now this format is being used to make fun of people who make stuff up and then attribute it to wise men. So now you know. Now the World Cup is about to begin in Russia, and US sanctions on Iran mean the Iranian national team have to buy their own boots. Now most of them wear Nike or Nike, depending on where you're from in the world, and the companies say they can't supply them. This even though the team wore Nike boots in 2014 when sanctions were against Iran at their harshest. And Adidas, who make the team's kit, are not selling the replica jerseys on their site. A hashtag has sprung up around the news, no to Nike, and a whole lot of pressure on FIFA and Adidas for those kits. Now, the team have also made an impact on social media because of pictures of them in their suits like this one. Now, elections will be held here in Turkey in just over a week's time, June the 24th. It's a new presidential system that will be voted on for the first time and a new parliament. Now, 2 years after a failed coup and with the currency on something of a roller coaster in recent months, how will young people decide who they'll vote for? We asked some.
My first priority for voting will be the economic conditions.
The most important issue while voting is individual freedom.
In the COP attempt, he did amazing things, so he gained our trust.
Daha önce yaptıklarına bakıyorum ve ona göre aslında oradayken karar veriyorum.
The politicians are in a challenging way to understand us, understand the youth and provide us our needs.
Democracy is important for me.
Oyu verirken faktörler tabii ki de vaatlerdir. Hani vaatler ne kadar iyiyse ona göre oy verilir. Çıkarlarımız farklı olduğu için İyi Parti'ye vermeyi düşünüyorum veyahut da Cumhuriyet Halk Partisi'ne.
Foreign policy is very important for me.
Seçimlerde daha öncesinde AK Parti'ye oy verdim. Genel olarak herkes o gitsin veya gitmesin diye verdiği için pek kriter yok yani ben de aramıyorum.
President will be Tayyip Erdogan again. So I don't think that there will be any difference.
With the presidency, we will have a faster system.
I don't expect any change actually.
Sonuçta hani ilk defa yiyeceğiniz bir yemek hakkında ne kadar bir bilginiz varsa bu sistemle ilgili de o kadar benim bilgim var.
I expect a stronger Turkey in this new system.
İlk başta eğitim alanında yenilikler getirilmeli.
Hizmetlerden büyük beklentim gençlere yönelik büyük projelerin sunulmasıdır.
I didn't really deeply understand why we needed that change and what will happen during the change.
Yani ekonominin 24 Haziran'dan sonra düzelmesini bekliyorum. Öyle bir vaadi var Erdoğan'ın.
One day, if I will be a politician, I will be considering differences between people.
Büyük ihtimalle ilk başa üniversitelerin hepsini bir özerk hale getirirdim.
Eğer ben siyasetçi olsaydım, ekonomi ve eğitim alanında yenilikler yapardım.
If I were a politician, mainly I will focus on internal peace.
Hani üniversite sayıları artıyor ama eğitim kalitesi gittikçe düşüyor. Kaliteyi yükseltmeye bakardım.
I guess I will give free scholarship to all students and money to everyone.
Now you know that Bollywood is a huge worldwide industry and it's been a cultural phenomenon spreading Indian culture around the globe. And there's the rub. Pakistani censors sometimes don't want their people seeing some of their neighbours' culture. Here's Shristri.
Do Pakistan and Bollywood have a love-hate relationship? The multi-million-dollar Indian film industry has a global appeal and Pakistan has a special place in its heart for Bollywood. But political tensions between the neighbours sometimes make it a forbidden romance. The recent Indian blockbuster Veere Di Wedding was banned in Pakistan over vulgarity and language, and one of its lead actors wasn't impressed.
And why should we hold up Pakistan, which is like a failing state? I don't understand why we keep taking pleasure and feeling a sense of self-worth from all the silly things
that happened in Pakistan.
This didn't go down too well and she was trolled on social media, called a hypocrite and reminded of her previous statement.
को अक्सर दुश्मन देश समझा जाता है, वो कतई ऐसा नहीं है. काफी जगह घूमी हूँ, लेकिन लंदन, न्यूयॉर्क, इस्तांबुल, पेरिस सब फेल है लाहौर के सामने.
But this is not the first time that a ban has stirred up controversy. The Pakistan Censor Board has blocked over a dozen Bollywood films in the last 5 years. Razi, the story of a female Indian spy in Pakistan, was banned for its controversial content.
तुम हिंदुस्तान की आंख और कान बन के पाकिस्तान में रहो.
A few months earlier, the movie Padman failed to pass the censors because it focused on the taboo subject of menstruation. Superstar Amir Khan's Dangal was well received around the world but didn't make it to Pakistan, simply because the filmmaker refused to snip 2 scenes that had the Indian flag and national anthem. But fans still find a way to get their dose of Bollywood. Pakistan's long had a big pirating industry, and now streaming and downloading sites are a boon for its cinema buffs. Similarities in culture and language give Indian films a big market in Pakistan. Bollywood accounts for 60% of theatrical revenue in Pakistan, and the country is one of the biggest foreign markets for the Indian film industry. Bollywood also draws talent from Pakistan. Fawad Khan, for instance, is considered a heartthrob on either sides of the border. But in 2016, after major tensions at the Indo-Pak border, Pakistani actors were banned from working in Indian films. Right-wing groups objected to the release of Fawad's movie "Ae Dil Hai Mushkil," and the producer had to make a public apology for his casting choice. India still hasn't retracted that ban. Artists from both countries have also collaborated in the past. They've come together on platforms like Coke Studio, which is a series featuring live music performances. Pakistani artists like Ali Zafar, Rahat Fateh Ali Khan and Atif Aslam are popular in India and have made amazing contributions to Bollywood music. Pakistani soap operas too have a significant fan base in India. With politics clouding this love affair, can India and Pakistan have a happily ever after? At least when it comes to the big screen. Bollywood, after all, is a dream factory for billions.
Let's take you around the world for some other stories you need to know this Wednesday. Elon Musk says that 9% of his 40,000 employees are going to lose their jobs. He tweeted that because his electric car company Tesla has never made a profit, he needs to cut people. He says the reorganization will not affect production and that those who leave will be offered a payout and stock options. It's been reported that 2 people died in Portugal after falling over a 40-foot wall while taking a selfie. It's said to have happened in the town of Eritrea, and the people who died are said to have been from Australia. The actor and activist Rose McGowan, who accused Harvey Weinstein of attacking her and helped get the Me Too movement going, has been charged with possession of drugs and has now been indicted. She's entered a plea of not guilty and could be jailed for 10 years if she's convicted. Now, you can't have failed to have seen this video of the terrible gun-toting and gun-dropping FBI agent from last week. Here he is dancing while drunk, then dropping his weapon, then shooting someone in the leg. Well, this is him. His name is Chase Bishop, and he's 29. He's now in jail, charged with assault. And this final one is very good. It's an animal doing stuff, and this one thinks it's basically Spider-Man. Its efforts were live-streamed. Thank you, Internet. Now, it's gone under the hashtag NPR Raccoon. That's Minnesota Public Radio Raccoon, or Trash Panda, as some rude people on the internet were calling it. Now, the guy was trying to climb a skyscraper in the US city of Minnesota because not much else happens there. And while he was doing it, it was breaking news. But the internet, as per usual, saw more than just a trash panda climbing a skyscraper. Rachel tweeted, "We're all trash pandas in the climb of life. Hashtag NPR Raccoon." And here he is in his last moments, or her last moments, climbing the 20-story building. I assure you it does eventually make it to the top. Why climbing to the top of a skyscraper? I don't know, but hey, it's great to watch. Alright, that's your lot from the NewsFeed team. Reach out to me with your questions, comments and complaints. I'm at Kamali Melbourne. You'll find us 24/7 on Twitter, YouTube and Facebook. Follow, subscribe and add. See you again tomorrow.